Hey everyone, it is Kent Island Kathy Higginbotham with ilovekенtisland.com. We are the premier online guide for how to live, love like a Kent Island local. And this is our way of showing some love, supporting and spotlighting local businesses. And so today I'm talking with Chrissy Pinder, and she is with Direct Mortgage Loans and located right here on Kent Island. And she's actually from here. So wanted to show some love, give a spotlight, show some shout outs, introduce you to Chrissy. Perhaps you already know her, and just talk a little bit about what she does and how she is serving our community. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. And Chrissy, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Can you introduce yourself?
Yep. Hi, guys. I'm Chrissy with Direct Mortgage. I'm local to Kent Island, born and raised, grew up in Cloverfields. I'm a local lender. I've been doing this for about 5 years. I was in banking prior to that, doing commercial lending. So I'm here to help kind of in any way I can.
Wow. So you grew up in Cloverfields?
I did. My
Wow.
mom still lives in Cloverfields, and I
Really?
I live down on off of Dominion.
Okay. So you grew up here. You went to high school?
I went to Kent Island High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you also have children?
Yep. I have a 12 and 13-year-old. They go to Stevensville, same middle school I went to.
How do they feel about that?
They think it's pretty cool. Some of the teachers I went to school with, so they'll come home and ask me, "Hey, do you know so-and-so?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I do." So
That's really cool.
yeah.
And you also were part of the fire department?
I was. As soon as I graduated high school, or just prior to graduating high school, I went to EMT and firefighter school, so I was certified at that point. I did it for about 6 to 8 years.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
you're very involved in the community here.
I am, yes.
Okay. We love
Yes.
that. That's why we started this page, is to be able to spotlight local businesses, show off our community members, and connect. That way there's a lot of businesses here that don't get the recognition. Everyone thinks it's a small island and everyone knows one another, but there really is some separation, and sometimes people forget what you do or where you're from. So it's nice to be able to share. People probably even recognize you from high school and they're like, oh wow, what is she doing now?
Yes.
So you're now with Direct Mortgage, and so it's been a crazy market.
It absolutely has.
And so tell me what you like most about being in the mortgage industry.
I really like being able to help families hit a milestone that is very exciting in their lives. Being able to kind of make dreams come true, having a home and things like that, creating families. That's kind of really what I love to do. Building relationships with people is also something that I like. And then getting involved in the community somewhere I grew up is very exciting to me.
Yeah, that must be awesome, because I'm sure you can help people that you've known for a long time accomplish the American dream, buying a home. That's awesome. I'm not from Kent Island, but so I love meeting new people. So this is, I can't imagine, kind of more the excitement and level of being able to help people that you actually have grown up with or families around town.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
So tell me about, there's all different kinds of loan programs, and we're hearing stuff in the news right now about student loans, and that there's going to be your forgiveness but there's also a program here specific for the state of Maryland that offers a kind of a student loan payoff when they buy a home. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yep, it's called Maryland Mortgage Program, or sometimes you hear it called MMP. It's called the Smart Buy Program, and they help kind of people that are in student loans forgive some of their debts. It helps them qualify a little bit better because sometimes their ratios are a little off because of the student loan payments. So it helps. The state of Maryland gives some down payment assistance and some forgiveness on some student loan programs. So I'm happy to discuss any of those options if somebody's in that and feels like they're stuck.
Right. Because with the interest rates going up and kind of affecting buyers' buying power, those student loans can, like you said, stack up on their debt to income ratio. So being able to have that forgiveness could bump them up in buying power.
Absolutely, because it eliminates some of those payments.
Great. Now, also here in Queen Anne's County, we are considered rural. So we have another loan program. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. It's through the USDA, and they offer 0% down payment or financing. So that helps a lot, with people that don't have much to put down on a home. So it's 0%, and we're in an area where that definitely pretty much all of our, Queen Anne's County all the way out to Easton and further are qualifying properties.
Yeah, I've had quite a few buyers utilize the USDA program, which is government funded, and it's fantastic. I mean, having 100% financing as an option here, I mean, that's not something that you can use in Anne Arundel County because that's not considered rural.
No.
So it's something that's special about our area, that is a huge benefit. And a lot of people might not know about that.
Yeah. So I'm happy to help if you have questions, in that area as well.
And we are seeing a shift in the market where some closing costs can be, contributed by the seller. So with that 100% financing, there's possibility that buyers could buy with no money down.
Correct.
So if someone were, yeah, it is huge. I also saw you guys put out, it just came over this morning about no cost refinancing.
Yes, so we are rolling that out, and I can get more details on that as well. They just rolled that out, so unfortunately, I don't have too much data on that right now. But yes, that is something that we're rolling out that's pretty big.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what refinancing is?
Yep, refinancing. We can help you refinance. Let's say your interest rate is too high. We can refinance rate term to get that interest rate down. We can also refinance to help get rid of any mortgage insurance that you have because you didn't have enough equity in the property. We can help eliminate that. Let's say you were in an FHA loan and you're now qualified for conventional. We can refi you into that program that would eliminate that mortgage insurance.
So that you bring up a really good point about the mortgage insurance, because I know banks don't really notify you to tell you that you're ready to.
They do not.
And I've seen some mortgage insurance payments like $200, $300.
Yes.
Every month. So
and that can be eliminated completely.
That's amazing. So even I like that you bring that up, because sometimes people think that it's just refinancing to get a lower rate, but there's other benefits to it as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
So if someone wanted to reach out to you or kind of figure out where they pre-qualify, like what kind of things should they have ready?
Typically what happens is when they complete the application, or I can take a written application, however it is, if they reach out to me, I really just need to verify what their income looks like so I can get their, ratios. So that would be just a pay stub and maybe some W-2s. Other than that, everything else can come along, during the process or things like that. But mainly we need to drill in on what their income is and their credit, obviously, because credit plays a big part on where you qualify as well.
Okay. Now, let's say someone doesn't have, they're worried about what their credit is or what it looks like. Do you have any programs or resources for people like that?
So actually, I was trained in credit repair slightly. So I've taken many of borrowers that are, high fives and gotten them to where they qualify. I put them on some campaigns to follow up. I follow up with them on, every 2 weeks to see if they're, doing what they're supposed to. And then we can obviously rerun credit, or we do a wayfinder where it projects, okay, you paid this much on a credit card, whatever, it'll project what their credit score should be at that point. So
Wow.
we can evaluate it. Yes.
That's awesome. Because I know a lot of people get, scared, and sometimes it's just some simple little tweaks that can boost their score up 60 points, 100 points, and
Yes.
then they can qualify.
Yeah, sometimes it's silly things like they don't realize they're an authorized signer on an account of somebody that is not taking care of it, and they remove that, and their credit score could go, a couple points. That is, qualifying immediately.
Wow. So if someone wanted to discuss more, learn more about how much they're qualified for, maybe the refinance or the smart buy program, how can they reach out to you?
The best way to call me on my cell phone. It's it's below, but I'll also give it to you. It's 410-490-1091. I'm available 7 days a week. I answer my phone at any time, anywhere. I could be at my kids' sporting events. I'll answer the phone. That's one thing that I do is I answer all the time. It's
That's
not a 9 to
important.
5.
Because real estate is not 9 to 5.
No, it is not.
We're showing homes. I was showing a home at 7:00 the other night. We were out there till probably about 8:15, showing homes on Saturdays and Sundays. So it is nice to have, a resource that is working when we're working and
Yes.
available, because that's in any market, but especially this market when things are still moving pretty quickly.
They are 100%.
So when it comes to direct mortgage, like what is special about them that, drew you to the bank, or what you feel is beneficiary to clients?
So what I find is they're local. My main office is in Hunt Valley, Maryland. So all of our staff is local. I do come to the Millersville office, the Keller Williams flagship. So all my resources are right here as well. But like I said, we're all local. And they are very family oriented, and that's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
They respect my time with my family, which is, that's huge. And being able to balance between the two is, that's good. But being local, I think, is what drew me to them the most.
So are the processors and underwriters, are they local too?
Yes, they are. So most of our underwriters are in Hunt Valley, but Jennifer, we just hired as our processor. She lives right here in Millersville, so she's local. She sits in the office with me. So most of our staff is 100% local, as in Millersville, but others are Hunt Valley, which I still consider local.
Yeah. I consider it to be local, and it's some of the bigger banks have processors in Chicago or New York City.
Yes.
And it drives me crazy because I'll get like requests and they don't understand our local market.
They do not.
Or you get into a call queue trying to reach somebody, and it never, it adds time onto the processing, and you're really just a number.
Yeah. And the time difference sometimes is, because, you might need something at 10 o'clock and they're not available at that point.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to the local. I know as a listing agent, when I get an offer in on one of my listings and I'm presenting to my clients, I'm always looking at the letter from the buyer and looking at the bank, making sure that when it comes across and it's someone that I know personally, like sweet, I know it's going to get done. Versus,
or you can pick up the phone and talk to them at any time.
Yes, because there are things that we're talking all the time. We have to talk through the process, get things done. when I see a letter coming from an online bank and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I'm going to spend half my day sitting in a queue, leaving a message, sending an email, talking to some assembly line.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a standard for me to keep everything as personal as possible. So I love that you guys are local and that, buyers can be talking to you and not necessarily like have to be, thrown into talking to 25 different people. And
Yeah. Or I haven't heard from so and so. I
right.
think that's a good thing. Yes.
So I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Tell me something that you love about Ken Island.
What I love about Ken Island, I think we take for granted how close we are to the resources that we have, the water. A lot of people don't have access to what we have. I like that. I like the close knit that we have. Everybody pretty much knows everybody. Everybody's friendly. You can go anywhere and talk to anybody. I absolutely love that. I feel like, it's just a friendly area.
It is.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the reasons why I fell in love with Ken Island. And the water. I mean, goodness gracious, that was like such a blessing during COVID, was to be able to like, all right, let's go to the beach. All right, let's go paddleboarding. All right, let's go fishing.
Yes.
While so many people stuck in concrete DC.
Yes.
So, and
No,
the friendly people. I tell people when they're moving here and like get used to people waving. If they're honking, it's because they know you.
Yes.
Or they're just being friendly, like, and they're like, okay. I'm like, takes
Or
a
give
little bit of
yourself
getting
like
used
10
to.
to 15 minutes more in the grocery store because you will talk to everybody.
Yes. You're going to see someone you know.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you for being a partner with ilovekenisland.com. You are one of our featured partners in the local section, but also in the live, because we have the 3 sections: live for living here, real estate on Ken Island, love for wedding and event planning, and then local, all of your things to do here on beautiful Ken Island, places to go. So go check it out. You can see Chrissy's directory listing online at ilovekenisland.com, or you can give her a call today so you can discuss some options of getting pre-approved or refinancing. Her number is scrolling here on the bottom of the screen. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.